Yes, this is the Rastafari Samurai, never leaving you dry in your eye. I approve this message nationwide, seen with my brother Sean Myrie. You don't know, man. We
Yeah,
are here
man.
for some news, D2E news, updates. You know what I mean? Media and all of that. This is the news for
Well,
today's May. What is it? May 6th,
seventh,
7th.
seventh.
May 7th. May 7th. You don't know. D2E News. Where you going, Sean?
Well, we're gonna talk about something we had a conversation a couple times about, right?
What's that again?
About not we're gonna talk about music industry, but we're talking about the local industry.
What about
The
it?
the the blueprint, like Maestro, like Mishimi, Drake,
So you're talking about Toronto hip hop.
Socrates. I don't really like talking about Toronto hip hop, but I gotta say this because we do support the local
Well,
scene, right?
Toronto is home. So
Toronto is home.
you can't deny that. Regardless how we feel or not, Toronto
Yeah.
is home. So
So remember you said that Toronto's really a rock city
damn straight it is.
because the venues cater to them, right? A lot of the venues cater to them, radio stations cater to them,
Yep.
right? Okay, that's rock. Now we're gonna get into the urban now.
Mhm.
Now, what do you think? I asked you this earlier. What do you think is more in the urban sector? The supported. Okay, not saying supported, but I say reggae or and dancehall or hip hop. Which one? Which one is really our city? Isn't I'm saying that Toronto's more of a dancehall reggae city more than
Listen,
more
look,
than hip hop, more
straight
than
up,
hip hop.
straight up good. It's a rock city, okay? And the thing is, when it comes to reggae, it could be more adaptive because reggae does a lot of live sound, right? And rock deals with a lot of live sound. And I'm not gonna pick the funk bands. So if there's a lot of rock bands here, right? That means say they can read the music and they manipulate the music. So that means say they could easily say, for instance, a reggae artist here, right?
Mm.
They don't necessarily need the DJ as long as they have a band and they know the music and they can play any rhythm. There you go, guy.
So
Mm.
before besides we take out Drake and Tory Lanez out the equation. Before that, right? Reggae is still bigger than hip hop in Toronto.
From long time,
No one's
like
talking about that.
from long time. Because you know why? Because I'm just gonna say what it is, straight up. You could have a you see reggae people there. They love their reggae music and all that, but most likely you're not gonna have. Maybe you might have a few might go to over crossover, but you see now the crossover will be from hip hop to reggae, no problem. You'll have them, no problem. But a reggae person, the crossover, I don't know. You know what I mean? So that's why I say when the events, parties, and stuff like that, when it comes to reggae, is more fill up,
And dancehall, we're
sold
putting
out.
dancehall and reggae together. We're putting
Yeah, that's what I'm
dancehall and
saying.
reggae
More
together. Yeah.
filled up, sold out. You get what I mean? Don't get me wrong. Hip hop too, but not on the regular like dancehall and roots reggae.
Because
Always,
let's be
always
straight up.
ram up.
Let's be straight up. Toronto's a West Indian background city, and a lot of
That's right.
Jamaicans
That too.
influence even the hip hop.
That's right. We're not, we watch the Americans. We're American influence, but we're not American society.
But what I'm trying to say is that Jamaicans are big in Toronto, right?
Yeah, but not only that, because of our cultural influence.
So when I'm saying, I'm not saying hip hop's not big around the world, but in Toronto, locally, it's not as big what people think. The blogs may make it look like that, but all these reggae artists are dancehall artists from Toronto or even Canada. I guarantee they're on the radio. I guarantee.
Oh,
I'm
no
just saying
doubt,
they're on the radio.
no doubt,
They don't rely on blogs and pages.
no doubt. They're no doubt. Yeah, they're on
Okay, I'm
the
gonna say some names.
constantly.
I'm gonna say some names, and this is proof
What's that?
because we're not just talking like some people would just talk. Esco Levi on the radio,
Kirk
right?
Knighton.
Kirk Diamonds, Blessed on the radio constantly, and that's big. And they're making royalties on the radio bigger than any streams. Amoy on the
Amoy.
radio. ISIS on the radio. The list goes on. King Uja on the radio. And there's unknowns, like ones you don't really know about, and they're on the radio more than some of these so-called big hip hop artists in Toronto. That's
And another thing is, I'm gonna say what it is. They get a lot more gigs around the world than hip underground hip hop artists.
yeah. How much?
Underground reggae artists will have more gigs than an underground hip hop artist
It's true.
who's not on the
Because
main.
I seen it even around the world. Some like not I don't want to say unknown, but not known reggae artists or dancehall artists from Jamaica go tour in Europe, and they would be considered underground. They're all from Jamaica, leaving Jamaica, little Jamaica, going all to France and all those things. I don't
Mhm.
see that from anyone from here, from the so-called underground hip hop scene. You don't see people going to London and all this. The only ones you see doing that is Pressa, and he's not underground. Pressa's commercial.
That's right.
All the guys yeah, all these guys you see traveling from here ain't commercial anymore. I mean, ain't underground anymore. So who's underground from who's commercial? That's what people have to have a better definition of. Who's underground from commercial?
Well, speaking of underground, we were just talking to our brothers over the states. There, that shit heavy podcast,
Yeah,
and
bless
we
up to them.
asked them, bless up to them. Please subscribe to their channels. But anyway, we brought up a question to them. Okay, that
What did they know of the underground here?
what did they know
Okay,
about the underground hip hop of Toronto, Canada, compared to when we knew about underground hip hop over in the States? No problem. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? We could name how many names. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
concept.
But them, when we asked them, they only knew the mainstream.
Yeah,
The
Drake,
mainstream. Drake,
Tory
Tory
Lanez,
Lanez,
and
you know what I mean?
whoever else is like
Yeah.
around.
You know what I'm saying? But you know what I mean? That comes to show me something right there. They don't. I don't know. Like the infrastructure here needs to be more better. You know what I mean? Straight
Yeah.
up. Like I don't care if you're not on the mainstream. It still has to be better because in order to get to the mainstream, you got to go through the underground.
What is the underground here?
What's that?
What is really the underground? Because I see many different types of undergrounds here.
Mm,
Because I could see a underground, for example, they consider like Doovie and these guys who you hear about on all these blogs underground here. But then we know people who are more underground than that, who do the shows. There's
Hold
two
up a
different.
second.
They're
Wait.
considering these guys on the blog pages
Hold up
underground.
a second. But the blogs ain't what is it only for here or something? Because like I said, I just told you, the ones in the States that don't know nothing about them.
It's true.
So how is the blogs going here? Is it really going?
Yeah, right.
Or
No,
is it just
because
going around here?
it's just going around here. You're right. They're not.
All right.
They're not like what we do, like down to earth, reach out to people everywhere. It's mostly concentrated content about Toronto. That's what's hurting. See, this is one of the last episodes we're going to be mentioning Toronto, because what goes on is when you keep talking about it, you keep yourself in a box. And if you're saying hip hop, you're for a hip hop culture. You'll be talking about stories, what's going on, where the hip hop, the center of hip hop is going on. Like I know Nas is gonna do a tour. We know there was a tour with who knows that Snoop, Ice Cube, Too Short, and 40 have a group? Huh?
Yeah.
How much people know that they have a group called Mount Rushmore? That's considered underground. Do you know about that group?
Who?
Mount Rushmore, the group, the West Ice Cube,
Oh
Snoop,
yeah.
Too Short, and E40.
Yeah.
That's an example. We know about that, but how much people from Toronto know about that unless they're really into hip hop? Do we hear anybody talking about that story, how these guys are touring? Ice Cube came to Canada just like the other day,
Yeah, I know.
recently. Did anybody talk about Ice
Yeah,
Cube?
but that's the thing. It's not the first time he came here, and how should I say he didn't come to Toronto. He went to like Aurelia or somewhere else, like the casinos.
So, but why? Why didn't he come to Toronto? People have to ask that. I've seen that before. Wu-Tang done that first.
Because
Done that before.
because
Why?
he's waiting for a bigger promotion, probably a bigger.
So that means they don't. You know what
No,
that's showing you?
I'm just being honest with you. He's
But you know what
waiting
that's
for a
showing
bigger
you?
promotion, bigger stage, and all of that. None of these small venues could have Ice Cube in it.
But check this. This is Toronto.
Did you
He's
hear what I
going to-
just said? Did you
He's
hear what
going
I-
to the small. But check this. He's going to a small town.
Yeah, but the thing is, it's you hear what I said? Casino
Ah.
has stage. You get
So you're
what I-
telling me? So you're telling me none of these people from Toronto could afford? They could afford Ice Cube. You're getting
Well,
Tony
well,
Yayo here.
Yeah, but that's different. This is Ice Cube.
This Ice Cube. You're right. So maybe
Ice Cube is used to the big stages. He's not. Look, can't be doing the small venues, bro.
So you tell me, see, that's why they don't respect Toronto.
Think
like
about what I'm
people think.
saying, man.
So
He can't
Toronto,
be doing the small venues.